welcome everyone. We're so glad to see you here. This is multi-agent patterns in VS Code you won't learn from the docs, but more importantly, this is a live vibe coding competition. And before we get started, this is my illustrious co-host, Mr. Kent C. Dodds.
Hello, everybody.
All right, and you have an exercise.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So as people are finishing coming in, every time I give a talk, I like to get people's blood flow going because it's good for your brain, so you learn better. So I'd like to invite everybody to please stand. If you're physically able, please stand up. Here, let's step over to the side so they can observe what we're going to do. Put your arms out like this. Squat down. Come back up. This is called exercise. We're going to do 12 together. And get back up, get back up. You got to count out loud. That was just a practice. So we'll start with ready, 1, 2, you got to count with me.
Look at that.
3, 4.
Oh, you're doing so good.
Five.
Almost like you've
With
done this
laptops as
before.
well.
7. And you can go really deep if you really need it, or just like a little bit. I lost count. 1.
That's 10.
Oh, okay.
No.
11.
No.
And 12. Okay, stretch up. And over to one side. And to the other. All right.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Feeling good. Everybody's awake now. All right. Welcome. We have a live, what we're going to do here today, folks, is a live vibe coding competition. Last year, who watched this last year? You're a build and you watched this. A couple of folks. So last year, let me just baseline for you where we are in human history. Last year at this time, OpenAI had just released GPT 4.1. Okay?
Wow.
That was 12 months ago.
Ridiculous.
And last year, we made Frogger. Each person made their own version of Frogger, and then you voted on the one that you liked the most. They made it from scratch. This year, right, things are a lot different. We now have much more capable models, and so this year, oh, no. That's my illustrious co-host. This year we have Kent C. Dodds. Kent, you've been prolific as long as I've been alive, much like Addy. Tell us a bit about yourself and...
Yeah. So I'm a software developer, primarily JavaScript, and the web is my jam. And I'm a full-time educator, and I teach people how to build excellent user experiences. These days, you don't really need to know how to actually do the building part of that as much. And so I'm focused on teaching people how to know what to build. And so if you're tired of building the wrong things, then come talk to me.
All right. So we're going to get I'm going to get some free instruction from Kent as these folks live code. But last year we did build Frogger. This year we're going to take it up a notch. So we were thinking, which one should we have them build?
Halo 1.
Oh, I'm serious. Which one are they going to build, y'all?
Yell it out.
AI could do anything. It's going to, right? Number 2?
2.
GTA, no. GTA 6 is never coming.
Yeah,
Number 2. Sorry, no, we're actually not going to do this. We can't do it. We can't do it. Now, what we could do, though, is what if we solved a real problem with AI, folks? Instead of building snake games, I saw someone had tweeted this out on X, and they said this: is there something like Google Docs but for Markdown? I need a cloud-based collaborative Markdown editor, please. So guess what we're going to build today? We're going to build a cloud-based collaborative Markdown editor. That is the challenge. Let me introduce our contestants here. First, we have Julia from the VS Code team.
Hello.
Hello, Julia. And Julia is going to be using VS Code and the local agent in VS Code. Here we have, all the way from the UK,
Absolutely.
Mr. Chris Reddington.
Hello, everyone.
Chris is going to be coding by hand. Good luck.
Write them down.
Chris is going to be using the Copilot CLI to do the challenge. Further down this way, another 50 yards down the field. Here we have Mr. Boggan, PM on the VS Code team.
Yep.
And you will be using the Copilot app today.
New Copilot app.
The new Copilot app. And over here, Mr. Harald Kirschner, who's going to be using the agent app, the new agent app. So we have 4 different, yes. Do we have enough apps for doing agent development yet? Okay, maybe we need more.
Everybody's
We'll
got their
build one more
workflow.
And then while they do that, Kent and I, are going to build a voting app so that you can vote on the winner. And Kent's going to instruct me and teach me how to do this correctly. So with that, Your first Harold, get your hands off that keyboard. I saw that.
The stakes here are very high.
Yeah. Your first task is to just input that prompt into the agent. I don't care where you go from there, but you have to start there. Yes, I'm aware the product probably already exists, but we're going to build it anyway because it hasn't been built here. OK. So while they do that, do we have any more slides?
Should we say on your mic, set, go? I think some of them have already.
They've already gone.
On your mic, set, go.
All right, it's officially underway. So I don't think we have any more slides. Yeah, we don't. We'll go back to that. All right, so if you would, Steve, throw up my computer, this one here.
Oh.
So Kent and I are going to build the voting experience for this. And we are going to be using a GitHub code space to do this. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because agents are kind of dangerous. Really, the only way to be productive with an agent is to put it into allow all or YOLO mode and just let it do its thing. But a lot of organizations won't let you do that because that's inherently unsafe. And so we're going to be in a code space, which means it's not on our machine. And there's special protections on code spaces to keep your keys from getting exfiltrated. So you can safely let the agent kind of run amok, and we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
All right. So,
and we can even have it run a server and make it public for all of you to be able to actually do the voting and stuff, and it's talking straight to the code space. Pretty cool.
Correct. Yeah, you're gonna connect directly to our dev environment, and nothing is gonna go wrong.
We are
there.
all safe.
Yeah, absolutely. OK, so Kent, where do we start? We're here.
Yeah,
what are we doing first?
We've got it all set up. I don't know. I think we're primarily using. Well, no, this is the way you like to develop, is with the CLI.
Correct.
Right? OK.
In Visual Studio Code. This is my preferred method in an editor tab.
Yeah, perfect. So I think, I don't know, let's just make a voting thing, no mistakes, right? And then we can just go razz these guys.
Make a voting thing, make no mistakes.
Yeah. No, don't say that. No, I'm joking. Well, let's think about, think as a product engineer. That's Epic product engineer is my thing. What is the product actually supposed to do?
OK. It needs to be a web page. So that's the modality. People should be able to vote. They probably need to know what they're voting for. So I assume maybe we could do numbers like 1, 2, 3, or 4. It needs to visually show in real time what the count is on each one of those things. And it needs to, I guess, display a winner somehow. Either by us saying like finalize or
we click on it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to break this down to like shippable chunks because this is high stakes. We got 36 minutes left. So we need to be able to get to a point where, OK, this will work if we're stuck with this. And then we can commit and then keep on adding stuff to that. So why don't we just start with a home page that says what it is, and that's it.
OK, so just a blank. So OK, so let me see. I think I have. Do I have voice mode and stuff? I don't.
And we'll also want to let's actually get that deployed. And once that's deployed on this machine, then the next thing we can do is get the QR code so they can actually access
it. OK, so what am I asking for here?
Let's say we're building a voting platform for a coding challenge. Let's just start with something simple.
What are you using?
Just do a homepage.
I'm using WebRTC.
And we'll see what it comes up with. This is the. Have you seen that that visual where you've got like the product development lifecycle where it's like we build this car and over time eventually it's like actually what the customer wanted. And there's like here's the waterfall approach where it's nothing like what you want and then finally it's what you want. And then Agile is like it's a scooter and then or it's a skateboard then a scooter and then it completely changes as you go. Like it's something you can iterate on. With AI, it's like it starts with this mega car with all these different features that you don't want, and then you subtly get rid of those things. And so that's one of the beauties of using AI and just kind of being free like this is you just say, I'm going to be really vague, and then we'll like chip away and iterate on what's created.
All right, so what are we doing here? What's our stack?
Wow, OK, yeah, so this is planning mode, I suppose, and it's thinking, I don't want to make these
planning
decisions.
Mode. It just did this.
Yeah, OK. So you're never going to get this guy to use Next.js. We can talk about that later if you want. I think that so we do have some like real time and other things in there. So you might think, okay, well, I want like a real framework for that. I have built some pretty amazing things with AI with just vanilla. And I honestly, for a one-pager like we've got, let's just do vanilla.
You think we can get it done?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's see here. All right, it's creating the home page.
The cool thing about this, too, is like, this app is not going to get so big that we need to have like some complicated tree-shaking build process or whatever. So this is actually going to be great because we won't have to worry about a build or anything like that.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah,
we won't have hot module replacement or any of that, but I don't think we need that. So
yeah, I do miss the days when you could just write HTML and JavaScript and make a web page. We're pretty far from that. But yeah, so interesting. So we're starting from sort of a minimal, the most minimum thing. I noticed you kind of skipped the planning, or did you?
Oh yeah, I do not. I actually don't plan. Like the conversation is the plan, and you iterate on that to get to the ultimate end result. Now, like we're starting a brand new thing, and so it's going to be different from like the hundreds of thousands or millions of lines of code that you're working in. But the idea is pretty similar. That when I'm building a new feature in a bigger app, I'm going to have a conversation with the agent, and I'm going to say, like, first I'll ask questions that I actually already know the answer to, because I want the agent to get the answers to those questions in the context about like architecture, systems, primitives, and then we iterate on that. And once we have this conversation filled up with the stuff I want, then I'll say, great, go.
All right, so we have a
This
page.
looks so AI created.
And people can, yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
The purple and the dark, yeah, this is
Should we
gradients.
pause this and go Razzie spoke? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I think when we get to 30 here,
Okay,
we'll go down
we
and
have 3 minutes.
give them a hard
You
time.
have 3 minutes, and then we're going to come bug you.
Yes. All right, so where do we go from here? We have a, should we get the, now
Yeah.
I think we need a QR code so folks can actually.
Yeah. So I'm
Size
seeing a
ends.
bunch of stuff on here I want to get rid of, which we'll do later. Like I want to get rid of the sign-in and different stuff like that. We don't need that. But let's just get a QR code so people can connect to it from their phones. So
All right.
I would say people are going to connect to this or vote through their phones. So let's put a QR code on the home page for the page. And
It won't know the
Yeah.
URL, so I'll put that.
I think actually don't give it that. Just say window.location. It will get it.
Really?
Yeah, you can make a QR code in the browser.
You
and
tell it window.location?
Yeah, just say window.location. It'll get it.
Really? I did not know that.
Oh yeah, sure.
So it's just going to pull it dynamically, use JavaScript on the fly to
Yep.
create. Okay, I'm with you.
And I'm curious because we're using plain HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It's not going to. I mean, there are mechanisms it could use to go get a library for this, but I wonder if it's actually just going to implement it itself, which would be pretty
That
fun.
would be just going to add it from scratch.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what does it say it's doing. Okay, well, hey, it added
Uses
a commit.
QR code JS.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Done.
It's probably pulling it from, the CDN. Yep, let's
already
take a
done.
look.
All right, let's see here.
And then I want you all to scan this if it works. Okay, let's pull
That
up
did not work.
Maybe DevTools will show us something, or,
Oh,
or we
yeah.
can tell the agent. You could just say, agent, didn't work.
How do you open it on a Mac? I'm a PC guy.
Command Option I.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, so we've got QR codes not defined. My guess is if you went in the network, you'd see that the request for the JavaScript file failed.
Failed. It probably got the wrong.
Yeah, there it is.
404.
Yeah, that's okay. So we can go.
This right here
Yeah,
is
JS deliver
wrong.
is not working. It could be. One thing that I would do is I would just tell it use unpackage instead.
Okay, so use unpkg instead.
Yep. So for those that are not familiar, unpackage is a free service that you basically just give the URL, the name of the package, and you can give it like whatever version, and it will resolve to the main module of that package. So it's pretty cool. I don't know if they've got an SLA, so like use at your own risk. We are risking everything right now.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm not even seeing the sign-in that I didn't.
No,
like
it's
before.
gone, and there's definitely no.
This does happen sometimes. What did it do? Okay.
Interesting.
It just said it switched. Here, let's do view source.
Okay.
Remember those days when you could do view source? Well, we are doing vanilla, so we can view source.
Oh, you want to view source? Or you
Yeah, I kind of want to just view the source.
It's been so
Yeah,
long
view page source right there.
since. Man, I don't think I've done that in years.
Okay, so if you click on the QR code, man, that should resolve.
Nope,
Yeah,
still not
okay,
found.
here, so
yeah, that's our issue.
why don't you actually open that back up?
Okay.
And there's a way on Unpackage to look at the contents of the package. So update the URL and remove everything up to where it says build, but leave the slash in.
Everything up to where it says build?
Yeah, so leave
like
that,
this?
No, before or after that. Yeah,
after
delete
here.
everything after that. And leave the slash in, and that will give us a browse page for this, and now we can actually see, okay, so what's going on? Maybe they released a new version and changed, oh no, it was 2 years ago. But yeah, let's maybe go to bin, maybe. QR code, what the? An octet stream. It doesn't even have an extension. What is this?
I tell you what, I'm gonna let you work on this.
Okay.
I'm gonna check in with these folks down here. Your job is to get
I'll
the
fix
QR
this.
code working. All right,
I will
here
do
we go.
that.
All right, Steve. Let me have, let's bring up Julia's machine here. Hey, Julia.
Hello.
How's it going?
You want me to walk you through what I did?
Yeah, let's see. Are you done?
No, my agent is still working.
Okay. What's going on? Show me what you got.
All right, so as you said, I should be using agent mode in local in VS Code. I picked GPT 5.5.
Okay, on high reasoning.
High reasoning.
Interesting.
Because, so I'm supporting a lot of the model launches in VS Code. And one of the things, we work very closely with the model providers, and OpenAI mentioned they've seen way too many Opus front-end UI builds, so they really wanted to make their latest models better in front-end development. So I wanted to give GPT 5.5 for a test with my White app that was scaffolded here. So yeah, I used high reasoning. It created an idea MD file. So let's switch over and see what it came up with. Just a little bit of like what users can do. And after this, I told it, OK, perfect. Let's just go and execute based on this idea. And as you can see, it's still working. So I don't know how it's going to look like, but I'm excited.
You're just going to one-shot the whole thing. I love it. All right, Chris.
Hey,
Hi.
how we doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Having a great time.
You done?
No.
Okay. What do you got so far?
So we've got like an outline. We've got a text
you have
box.
an editor.
Like that's great, right?
Yeah, that's
In the
pretty
time we've
good. Does it support Markdown?
got. Probably, maybe. It's working through it. Okay. So what I've done is we've kicked off like an orchestrator kind of agent. So that's kind of a pattern I use typically is have someone that does like a plan and builds it out. And then you have some sub-agents that
What are
then
you
go
using
execute
to do the orchestration? Just Fleet?
No, so I'm just using some prompting. So I have some
telling it use the sub-agent to do this.
Exactly.
And I noticed you've got yours full screen and you're swiping over to see. Is that the way that you normally work?
Yeah, I normally have like multiple tabs open and.
But you're using workspaces specifically to. Very interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Very interesting.
And yeah, so we've got Opus as the kind of planner, so that more powerful model.
So you picked Opus.
Yep.
She picked GPT 5.5.
But then I'm having Codex do the implementation.
Oh, really? Oh, Codex.
Mix and match.
Oh, multi-model. All right.
Exactly.
By the way, y'all, special round of applause for Julia. Julia ships all the new models in Visual Studio Code and Copilot. So when you see those show up, that's Julia. Can we give Julia a round of applause? It's a lot of late nights. A lot of late nights. All right. All right, boys. What do we got? Pierce.
So, I'm a little mad at you, Bert,
Why?
because I was reflecting on your prompt. So you want markdown editing,
Collaborative.
collaborative,
Real time.
real time,
Like,
and I was thinking, as someone working on a product that you're somewhat familiar with, that's literally a thing.
That already.
Like literally, it's called VS Code and Live Share. I literally already have done this. I'm done with the thing.
No, you have to build it.
This is already a thing.
Don't
that
encourage him. Stop it.
So I started with a plan in the GitHub Copilot app. So we started in plan mode. GPT 5.5 high was kind of where I started. We built out a plan. I was a little sad. Plan mode did not recommend Monaco as the base.
Oh, did it not? By the way, Monaco's the editor that underpins Visual Studio Code. What did it give you? Code Mirror?
It gave me like 5 other things. And I was
Okay.
like, I don't want any of that. So plan mode, it started its thing. It's working right now. And I think we're getting there.
Oh, whoa.
But this is all fake. Like I went over here. This is not the same as this. So we have work to do.
Well, real
The
time
AI
should
has
be easy. This is a
hallucinated.
solved problem. Just
Yeah,
make it work. Make no
exactly.
mistakes. All right, Harold.
What do you got?
Last but not least. You're
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite one, by the way. Don't tell these.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I started with research on what is out there.
Okay.
So that was my first. I just ran a research query in one session, like what are Markdown editors already running? There's a research report. So they're going to rip off all the ideas or pick the best based on what's already done. Right? Yes, especially if you want to ship within 45 minutes. And then I did, actually, I kicked off a design exploration where we have three things I want to try out. There's one idea is here, not just getting an idea of how this could look like. What do we have? C, we have B.
See, these are your mocks for what it might look like?
Kind of mock-up, yeah. Just send the design agent out and let it show me like, oh, this is like how we manage session maybe, or the other one is more on a design rationale around making it review easier and kind of evolving a session and how editing works. Because we all need to manage these sessions, so I need a lot more context when you throw me back into a plan. I really think the A has like a little post-it attached to it. So where's the little post-it? There's B. I think so far this is my favorite. But this one doesn't fit into the screen well. So this doesn't have a little post-it. Edge case analysis. I want that. So I want,
all right.
Every time I comment, I want a little post-it. So.
Good luck, folks. Looking good. Let's go back down here and see how Kent's doing on our QR code. All we need is a QR code. How hard could this be? Hey, let's go. Round of applause for the. Come on. If that's not impressive, I don't know how to impress you. All right. So you can scan this if you want to do it now, and then you'll have access to this app as we go. You'll need to click the little disclaimer there that says you're connecting to a code space. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't read it. Just click it. Yeah. Right. OK, we'll leave this up here for a second. I see some phones still up.
So I removed the sign-in page. I made it light mode because light mode is the best mode.
Light mode is the best mode. Sorry. Kent said it. Can't argue with Kent.
And so right now it's actually working on changing a couple of things because here it kind of assumed that we wanted to do like multiple challenges. We're just doing one.
Right.
And so we're just going to have it as a one-pager. So it might be done. I'm assuming most people who want it have got it. So here it asks a question.
OK. What are the 4 entries people will be voting on? Team name, project titles, or placeholder names for now? Oh,
let's go get names.
People names.
People names. Yeah, there you go.
We've introduced our contestants, so let me give you the names. OK, let's see here. Go ahead. OK, go ahead. Julia, Chris, 𝗲𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀
And once we're finished with this, then we need to get it so that we can show some bar of like how many votes they've accumulated.
Correct. Now, can these individuals vote more than once?
That is an interesting question. Maybe it's like, I really, 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 really like
Right, like you could just tap it over and over and over again. Right.
I don't know.
Just,
what do you all think? Do you want to be able to vote more than once? Who wants to vote? What? Come on, you're all like too fair. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. All
right, that's enough. Let's do that.
That'll be more fun because then it's like you gotta.
Who cares
that much about? Okay,
Somebody's gonna write a script.
Do not do that. They won't. Look, these people are all upstanding.
Well, they didn't want to
folks.
be able to vote more than once anyway, so you're
Yeah,
right.
now they're mad about it. Okay.
Except for that woman in the back there who is jumping up. She's writing a script right now.
So interesting. I gave it the names, and it's been cooking for a little while here. Oh, because it's updating.
Yeah, it's building a whole
Okay,
UI. Like we're changing
Gotcha.
quite a bit.
Okay.
I noticed that you were on Opus 4.6. Was
Medium.
that an intentional choice?
That's the default when you go in, so I didn't change it. I was waiting for you to tell me.
Yeah.
did it change
I
it?
typically use GPT 5.5, or in Cursor I'll use Composer 2.5. Also, that's 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗸𝗁𝗀 based. But I looked, and this had GPT 5.4, so I was like, oh, we'll just stick with Opus.
5.5's here.
Oh, it is. Well, let's
Yeah,
get 5.5 going.
Of course.
And then we'll tell it, clean up Opus's mess. Just kidding.
Oh,
Can
I
you
wonder
install a
if
new
it's
model?
because I wonder if it's because I'm in a code space. Oh, I don't think I'm logged into the proper account.
that
That's why
makes
it's not
sense.
there.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
That's all right. Opus
Okay.
4.6 is, this is just like a little blast from the past. Come on. A whole 2 months ago.
I have thoughts on Opus 4.6 versus 4.7 versus 4.8,
Oh,
which I will share when we're not live on air.
okay.
Talk to me about that.
Come chat later.
All right.
All right, it says it's done. Let's take a look.
Okay. All right.
Now we're talking.
Vote for your favorite. Pick the entry.
Okay, so what happens if you
Are we
click one?
responsive here? Let's see here.
We're zoomed in. Oh, yeah. How does this look on a phone?
Yeah, Doesn't look, yeah, it's not
Like,
too bad.
that could be
We're going to
worse.
fix this in a second anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
What happens if you click? Check. Refresh the page. What happens? It's
no,
not
there's
persist-
no,
yeah.
yeah, there's no
Yeah,
persistence.
so let's talk about
next step.
That's probably the most important is like, let's get the persistence in, and then we can do the bars and whatnot. So this is running in a code space. There is a file system. We could just have it be like a JSON file, or we could do, well, like I was going to say we could do SQLite, but that doesn't really give us much advantage over just a JSON file for a simple
And it needs
project
to
like
refresh
this.
on everyone's screen.
Yeah, so we're going to have a like some sort of notification system, like when write, then pub sub sort of
Okay.
thing going on. So we're going to need WebSockets.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just make I would tell it, well, we need a server-side module
Okay.
that is responsible for in fact, no, we want to save it to a file.
Yeah, okay.
So say we're going to have a module that's responsible for persisting the votes to a JSON file. And that module will also be responsible for keeping track of when changes are made. And then we'll say, like, we're going to wire this up to a WebSocket, do that later.
We got 18 minutes.
Yeah, I think we have a chance.
Can we do it?
I think we could possibly.
Where is it? 18 minutes total or 18 minutes till the judging? Which one is it?
I'm thinking that's 18 minutes total.
18 minutes total. Wow. Jeez. Okay, so we
So-
really have like
15
12-ish.
less, yeah, 12-ish minutes.
yeah, not that many.
Okay, yeah, Node.
Node is fine. From now we just got a YOLO. We got to go.
Yeah, I think we're going to do this. I'm feeling confident.
We're gonna make it happen.
When we get to 5 minutes left, we're going to say, finish it, no mistakes. And we'll just see what happens.
Just finish, and it'll probably work.
Yeah.
Better than all of the workflow steps that we've taken here to make this happen. So just out of curiosity, how many folks in the audience are using Visual Studio and working with agents? All right,
Nice.
Visual Studio. Visual Studio Code. Hey,
There we
whoa.
go. Let's go.
Anybody using the new GitHub app? GitHub Copilot.
I used it yesterday.
Wow, that's quite a few hands. Yeah, that's right.
Let's go.
What about the agent app that's in Visual Studio Code? Any folks using that? A couple of hands there. CLI? Where are my CLI people at? Okay. All right, very nice. Nice mix of folks here.
Hey, we
All
got
right.
something. Okay, so
Okay, got it.
data persists. So normally I would like to.
It's a singleton event emitter, so any future websites.
Yeah,
are
that's
oh,
exactly
perfect.
how I would do it. Okay.
wonderful.
One shot.
And that's why I said we're going to wire this up to WebSockets so it would know, OK, I'm going to need some sort of event publishing.
Okay.
So
Oh, split test.
let's, I don't know. I think that we're at the point where we can say, no, let's just do record a vote. So we're not going to do WebSockets yet. When I click, it should record the vote. Or like make a
Click the
request to
button,
record.
it should make a request to record a vote.
Yep.
And as a friendly reminder, I'm not using voice mode because we're in a code space, and I did not do the due diligence of installing voice mode. But if you're typing to the agent, you do not need to correct your misspellings. I don't know if you notice, but like these are barely words. Sometimes when you're typing. It doesn't matter. LLMs are extremely good at language. That's what they do. So you don't. If you're like backspacing, stop doing that. You don't have to get it right.
And if your English is a second language, just talk to it in your native language. It's amazing.
Yeah, I can do that too.
It's really good.
It's brilliant. You know, I watched this documentary about AI where they were talking about how, like, in the future, AIs will start to communicate in a language that we don't understand because it's more efficient. And it got me thinking, what is the most efficient language for AIs to communicate in?
It's certainly not English.
Does anyone know? Anybody have any guesses? What is the most efficient language for the AI to communicate in?
You can throw a hot take out
No
there. That's
guesses?
okay. Esperanto.
What'd you say? Mandarin? That's
Mandarin.
one of them. It's not the top. That's like number 2. No, nowhere on the list.
Wait, do you have an
Sorry.
answer?
Yeah, I know the answer.
Oh, okay.
It's English. And the
No.
reason why is because English is like a really semantically heavy language, right? Like if
Oh.
I use a word like bucolic, that means a lot to the agent, and
Huh.
also because of the training data.
Yeah,
that's in it.
that makes
so
sense.
currently, that is the language. I just thought that was an
Fascinating.
interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. I'm just trying to fill time, y'all. Go with me here. Okay, let's check in with our contestants while we're doing. Are you gonna? I tell you what, you check in. I'm gonna.
Okay, yeah. Hi,
you go.
Julia.
Hello.
So, how are things going? You have
Good.
probably 10 minutes. How are you feeling about that?
I feel confident. I did have to switch my model in between.
Okay, what did you switch to?
I switched to an Opus one.
Opus.
Yes.
Okay.
So the GPT 5.5 did a great job, and then it messed up a little bit of my UI, so I had to go in and I had to let a little bit of a UI finish, you know, Opus 4.6, and this is what I have so far. So
Sweet.
as you can see, 2 windows, split windows. This one is one of the users, and you can see, hey, it notices the users. I can go in and I can type stuff, I hope. Test.
Nice and responsive. It's fast.
Something I noticed is I want to update the username, because right now it looks like it's just 1 user, but it's supposed to be 2.
Okay.
I like the share link thing.
I like that too.
I do want to do like a little bit of tweaking on what you can do here. But yeah, so far, I basically one-shotted it.
Oh, I'm impressed. Yeah, I'm loving that. Awesome. Okay, let's see. It's Chris, right?
It is.
Sorry, I just want to double check that. So you're working in the CLI.
We are.
And here you go.
Yes.
I feel like I'm looking like at a markdown for Google Docs.
Yeah, so, you know, go and put it.
Wow.
We got our things there. Obviously, it's not so pretty yet, but
I
we'll
mean,
work on that.
you're converting Markdown into like rendered out stuff. I'm impressed by that.
Yeah.
Awesome job. Keep doing that. All right. What's going on, Pierce?
All right, so I'm in the browser here inside the GitHub app. We have a little editor/preview for a Markdown, and if I pop over here, got some real-time stuff going on. So next up for me, got to add emojis, right? Any vibe-coded demo is not complete without
like
emojis.
colon, smile, colon sort of thing?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then I wanted like something like VS Code pets, but in this editor, so I'm gonna go do that. And then I'm feeling ambitious. I'm also gonna have like just generate this doc for me so I can vibe even more.
Okay.
So I'm using Copilot SDK. So we got some things firing off right now. I'm a little nervous. That's a lot for 10 minutes, but we'll see where we land.
I love the ambition, and you're scope creeping on all of us right now.
That's exactly right.
I love it, Pierce. All right. Harold, how is it going here?
So it's already done.
Whoa, really? This is the app?
This is the prototype based on the 3 prototypes before. I kind of pick and choose, like, these are the features I want, make me combine one. So, and then I gave this prototype, it did also an analysis on what should the architecture be.
Okay.
There was like a separate research query I ran, and now combine the research plus the prototype, and now I have 3 agents doing that in different work trees, and maybe one of them wins.
Okay,
hey. So they all got slightly different prompts. Like one was build it based on my Copilot CLI sessions and just extracts all the plans. The other one I got a different spin, so I just more agents.
Yeah,
to get to maybe the best winner. I tried it last time too, and I think I won. I didn't win.
But in your heart, you won. So, you know what? In your heart, you might win this time too.
Yes.
You're not very cost sensitive, I notice. You're just
no,
why 3? Why not 12?
So 2 of them run on GPT, and another one on 4.6. So it's some models against models as well.
Okay, yeah.
We'll see what makes better.
I love it. I'm excited to see what it comes up with. Good luck.
One's done. Let's see.
Oh, hey, here we go.
Let's see.
Now we're going. Okay.
It's working. So this is actually coming out of my sessions already. So
this is a full product. Other people are making features of a product, but you're doing the whole thing.
No. But my agents MD clearly says, don't build a product. We're building a concept. Like, otherwise, it's like doing migrations.
Oh, right. Yeah. Watch
code.
out for that.
If I pivot, we need to throw everything out. And keep moving, right?
Yeah. You want to make this as messy as possible.
This is the one. This is my favorite thing to tell the agents.
How many of you all did an Agents MD? No? Yeah, I didn't. Oh, you made an Agents MD as well. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it, Harold. Good luck. Good luck to everybody. How are we doing? Are we going to be able to vote on this, or are we going to have to fall back to raising hands?
I don't know. So I was able to, that's interesting. It says 127. Because it's not public yet. Anyway, so I was able to make it so that when you click, it writes to the JSON file.
Yeah.
And so Julia gets recorded 1 vote. And then I said, implement the WebSocket. It said that it did. So theoretically, now, like if we had 2 of these instances open.
Yeah, just refresh that one.
There should be a way to like do this on Mac, right? You can arrange windows on Mac, can't you? There we go. So this one here, let's just refresh. So you should, in theory, let me make sure this is refreshed too. We should be.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Are we done?
Let's just try it. Can we test it out? Can you?
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Well, no, I have to make it public first. It's not public
okay.
yet. So let's go back here.
This will be, to be clear, for all the, the technical people in the room. This is a trial run. This is not the final vote. We're testing.
Now, okay, should we test before we redesign? Because we're about to make this app pop. What do you want to do?
Let's pop it.
Okay,
we're not testing it yet.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗃, and I'm gonna use a skill that I created that knows about my design aesthetic, and that aesthetic is called poster board. It's just what I call it. And it defines a color palette, it defines typography, and it tells the AI to avoid specific things. So what I'm gonna do now is, I am going to say, give me 10 mocks for this site, put them in the same file, use the poster board aesthetic.
Can you tell it also to spawn multiple subagents to do this so that it's not doing one at a time?
Yes, we can. So it's right in the same file. I tell you what, we'll try. So we're gonna say use the poster board aesthetic, and I'm just gonna point it because I don't have it installed here. Normally it's a skill, but it's just I'm just gonna give it the gist. And then if we want to use multiple subagents, all we need to do is it Control A to go to the front. It is. Okay. It's just fleet. So there's a command.
Okay.
And then the CLI's job is now to figure out like which work can be parallelized here. Can we actually do this? And so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I do this a lot when I'm designing. I'm like, give me 10 designs. I'll pick the one that I like the most, and then I'll iterate on that one and say, give me another 10, and like whittle it down until I get to something that's fairly good. And just so you know what we're after here, like if we go to, so let's go to, not AI Town, that was a fun experiment though, but like, here's some of my projects. Like this is what the design is gonna look like, right? It's the same. Any of my projects all look the same. Here's another one, right? They all have this like similar aesthetic. Some are light, some are dark, same color schemes.
I like
that. So that's what we're doing here.
You have a way you like to do it, and I love it.
Yes, I have my own sort of design system, and I just keep reusing it everywhere, and it all looks somewhat similar.
Does anybody else do that same sort of thing? I do not, and I think that's great. I'm gonna borrow that.
It's great. Like I was never talented enough before to do that, but now I can. Now I'm a designer.
Yeah, you just iterate with it. Like I don't like the way that looks. Try again.
Exactly. Okay, so it actually did. It's sent off to an agent here. It's using a general purpose. So it looks like it could not parallelize decided it couldn't.
It's probably because it's going to the same file.
I think so, but I like it to be in the same file so you can see them all.
Yeah.
So we pick the one that we like the most. We got 7 minutes. Oof. It's close. Yeah. Coming up on it. All right. What are we doing tonight, y'all? Is there a party or something? Where are we going? We're all in it together.
Yeah. Is there a movie we should go to?
Yeah.
Any exciting movies coming out right now?
Did something very
Nothing?
at the end.
No.
Nobody's doing anything tonight? Are you kidding me? Come on, what are we doing?
Too tired from the Chainsmokers thing yesterday.
I didn't even get to see that. Was that good?
It was pumping.
Was it?
It was
I was
so
in
loud.
your tech check. Oh, was it loud?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, it was fun.
Did they-
I don't know. How many of you were up front, like right next to... Can you hear? How did you hear me say that? I don't know. It was so loud, but like I felt it in my chest. I wasn't even outside for some of it, and I was like, what is happening?
That's wild. You know, I had no idea they were going to be here. And so during the keynote, I was backstage, and I'm standing there by the stairs talking to Kayla, and there's this crowd of people around these two guys, and I look over and I'm like, who are these two guys? Right, like just standing right there. And then they went on the stage, they're like, the Chainsmokers. What? Come on.
I could have given them a high five.
Yeah, we could have taken a selfie. I could be famous now. All right, this is the era we're in, where we just watch agents cook.
Yeah.
This is what we do now. This is
Should
what it means to be
we-
a developer.
Should we just like hope and pray that this works and have them actually do their demos?
Oh, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So we could test. Let's test. Look. So let's go make this. Let's go make this public.
Something's happening. Very exciting.
Let's make it public. Port visibility public. Code spaces are amazing because you can like this. It's just so easy to. Okay, and then we need the URL because it's gonna be a bit different. And then we'll give you a new QR code. Okay, so y'all want to try this?
Let's zoom that up.
Okay.
Oh, Julia's already got a vote. We probably better unvote. How do we? I guess we'll have to edit.
Oh no, we didn't think about that.
Or
one
maybe
for Boggs. Look at somebody really likes Harold. It's working. It works.
It's happening. Is it working on your phones? Is the numbers are updating for you? Am I getting yeses?
Yes. Well,
Yes,
we need,
got
a,
a yes.
we need a
Okay.
better visual. Wow, Julia's really.
But like,
Julia, you can't vote for yourself. Is that you?
can you vote multiple times? I'm betting that they won't let you vote multiple.
Yeah,
I
you can vote
wonder
multiple times.
if you refresh the page, you can probably vote again. Don't do that. No.
No, I'm sure you can vote. You can just sit there and hammer.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just go.
Okay, so now let's go back here and see if we got some mocks here.
We're going to have to
still,
reset once they've actually been able to present their solutions.
Is it still running? Oh, and there we go. Oh, okay, so we have mocks.html has them all. Whoa, what happened? Oh, it's up here. I see.
Can we open that up?
We should be able to. Am I right side or left side? I'm left side. Where is the file? It says it created it.
Can you command
But
P to it?
I don't see it. Oh, what happened? It reloaded. Did it reload? What is going on in my turn? What is happening?
That's way old ago. Oh, hold on.
Oh, sorry. So I should be able to just.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, okay. It was just took a minute to show up. It's getting a little.
We need to
noisy.
open
We
that
have
up
4
in a
minutes.
browser.
Yes. So let's see here. So these are the mocks we got. Maybe. Please. Open.
I don't know what that button does. What is that button?
It's supposed to open a preview, but it's not working.
Oh.
All right, we may just have to run with it like it is. Let's see here. We could reload the editor. How could that possibly go wrong?
You know what I would say is I would say choose the one you like best.
Implement that one? Oh, yeah, because we're not at 3 minutes. We got to go.
Yeah. Should we
right.
have them present their ideas?
Yes.
You
All
have
right.
20 seconds.
20 seconds, y'all.
Let's start with Julia. All right, Julia.
All right.
Throw up the voting.
Let's see. What do
Okay.
we got?
So very simple, minimalistic UI. I have it in split screen, so you can rename your workspace whatever you want to do. You can easily add a new file. The fun thing I implemented, you want to change your name. You also want to add some color. Also bring in the vibe and change the different emojis that you have. I also, the last feature I implemented, I wanted to track edits. So if you click this, I want to see who made these edits and how. And then last but not least, you can easily share the link.
That is great, Julia. Here, let's give it up for Julia. Awesome. Okay, Chris, what do we got here now?
So we've got the editor. We've got a little bit of a sidebar now as well, so we can go and make some additional files. So there we go. We see that. We can go and start a new file over there. And we've got like our WYSIWYG kind of editor over here as well.
Love that. That's cool.
Started making it a little bit like GitHub themed, so using the GitHub Primer library. So we're kind of halfway through that. I've got an agent using Playwright in the background to start assessing what they look like, so they can kind of assess, we've probably missed a package somewhere along the way, so we need to go and fix
I'm
that.
wearing Playwright socks right now.
There we go.
So that's
there we go.
cool.
Yeah, and we've got these little kind of tiles up the top as well to represent each of the users. And we're starting in the background to go and get some like user avatar type things in there as well.
Love that. Yeah. Awesome job, Chris. Let's give it up for Chris. Okay, Pierce, how is it going? You know what? I just realized I should have started with Harald, because every time he's been the last one, he's had all this time to prepare.
I know.
Oh, well.
Well, speaking of time to prepare, you tried to warn me, Kent. You tried to warn me.
Did you at least commit so you could go back?
Oh, it's working now.
Oh, what a
Oh, my
relief.
API finally booted. Like literally when you were talking to Chris, it didn't work at all. I was like, I've added emojis and regressed all the functionality. So look at this UX. You can select text, and you too can scroll halfway down a page and hit that you love that, and then scroll back up.
Oh, okay. We got comments.
So we're getting there. We got some comments, but I'm not winning any awards for design here.
Yeah, well, Chris, he's got the help of the GitHub design library and everything.
True.
You could probably jump in with that. I don't know. I think it looks like
It's serviceable.
it's serviceable. Good job. Let's go hear it up for Pierce. And Harald, with 1 minute left, you got 20 seconds. What do we got?
It's working my pitch deck right now. So if you to get funny, we are in San Francisco, so I got
Yeah, you got to sell it.
presence history. No, actually, let me show you. So we have two versions. So with one, the reading room, powered by all the PlanMD that I already have locally. So it just discovers it actually. If I refresh, we see it's reading all the sessions. It's actually working. So this is actually the plan that built this prototype. So I'm looking at the plan, and I can go into edit mode. So I think the live editing in Google Docs, I don't want to edit Markdown anymore. I want my agent to edit Markdown. So it's more around quick actions and commenting. The other prototype actually ended up like this, where you have a commenting and an activity log, more to like Google Docs historically, and then you can quickly comment, like make this pop, which I'm a product manager, so I don't have words. So, but you can also do quick prompts, and it has like extra suggestions built in. So this is
It's
one of the nice-
featureful.
And none of these repos exist, but this is more prototypey.
Cool. And you have 2 implementations, but you had 3 working on it. One of them just didn't make it.
That's a good question. I think the 3 designs ended up being merged into one.
Oh, okay.
One was another prototype that I have somewhere open as well. Yes. So this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it for Harald, everybody. Awesome. OK, we are negative 23 seconds left.
We're over. It's time to vote. I see people are already voting. I'm trying to pull it up here. Let's see. Let me go to my ports. This is public. Let's go to port 4000 here. Loading it up. Whoa, all right.
Ooh, Harald.
Julie and Harald. Harold's in the lead. How do we know? When do we stop it? You got to get your votes in, people. Come on.
You leave when you're ready to go, when you care less than the other people who want to
Chris,
vote.
I love you so
Continue to
much,
vote.
man. But go vote for Chris, y'all. I feel
No.
All right, who made the
I think
script?
we need to declare a winner at this point.
I think we're going to have to say it was Harald. He
was
won
Harald.
in his heart and with the votes.
Very nice. Give our contestants a round of applause. It's not easy to code in front of adoring fans. Thank y'all so much for being here. We got a couple of sessions for you that you might want to know about next. What do we got? These coming up here online, in person. What do we have? MCP, GitHub Copilot, more GitHub Copilot, right? Every time you hear the word Copilot, do something. I don't know. All right. I hope to see you all tonight. I hope we're doing something fun. Thank you for being with us today. And yeah, some recommended resources for you. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
See ya.